The air in St. Joseph, Missouri during the Kansas City Chiefs' organized team activities has a different smell for us, for Chiefs Kingdom. It's a mix of fresh-cut grass, the sweat of hope, and that palpable electricity that precedes a new hunt for the Lombardi. You can just feel it. And right in the center of this hurricane of expectation, there he was, Creed Humphrey, our new center, a colossus out of Oklahoma with a resume that looked more like a victorious general's shopping list. He steps into the huddle, and even just imagining the scene, you can feel the weight of that moment. But Creed doesn't flinch. With the confidence forged in years of wrestling, he analyzes the defense, takes a deep breath, and, with authority, he makes the protection call. It was a bold declaration that said, "I belong here. I am ready." And for a millisecond, the future seemed even brighter. But then, the reality of the NFL, the reality of playing alongside one of the greatest talents this sport has ever seen, made itself known. It came in the form of a subtle gesture, almost imperceptible, but for us, it sounded louder than the tomahawk chop. Patrick Mahomes, our number 15, the magician, just shook his head, a silent no. With the calm of a chess master, he overrode Humphrey's call and made his own. End of discussion. In that moment, the rookie's audacity met the unquestionable authority of the MVP. The promise of youth was gently but firmly put in its place by the wisdom of experience. But here's the crux of it, the why that separates a simple news item from a lesson about what makes the Chiefs the Chiefs. Why would Mahomes do that? It wasn't to humiliate the kid, far from it. It was a baptism by fire, a masterclass. Mahomes wasn't saying, "I'm the boss." He was teaching. "What you saw is good, kid, but I see the whole board in 4D. It's the difference between reading the sheet music and feeling the jazz. Humphrey read the music perfectly. Mahomes felt the opponent's improvisation and changed the rhythm. That wasn't an act of power, it was an act of protection and education. But here's the crux of it, the why that separates a simple news item from a lesson about what makes the Chiefs the Chiefs. Why would Mahomes do that? It wasn't to humiliate the kid, far from it. It was a baptism by fire, a masterclass. Mahomes wasn't saying, "I'm the boss." He was teaching. "What you saw is good, kid, but I see the whole board in 4D. It's the difference between reading the sheet music and feeling the jazz. Humphrey read the music perfectly. Mahomes felt the opponent's improvisation and changed the rhythm. That wasn't an act of power, it was an act of protection and education." This small drama on the practice field illustrates the soul of our team, something the outside media often misunderstands. They see the impossible passes, but they don't see the culture, the Chiefs way that Andy Reid has meticulously built. Those of us who endured the lean years know the value of a culture of stability, mentorship, and loyalty. What Mahomes did is the embodiment of that. This isn't a locker room of inflated egos, it's a classroom. Every veteran has a mentorship role. It's this symbiosis, this intricate dance of leadership and learning that transforms a group of talented athletes into a championship brotherhood. To understand the depth of this moment, we need to access our emotional memory, to go back to that nightmare in Tampa in Super Bowl LV. We, the Red Kingdom, watched with our hearts in our throats as our quarterback ran for his life because our offensive line looked like it was made of cardboard. That game wasn't just a loss, it was a call to arms for our front office. And the response came in the form of an epic reconstruction. And the cornerstone of this new wall? Creed Humphrey. He isn't just a player, he's the symbol of our resilience, the proof that we learn from our most painful failures. So, why are Humphrey's journey and his relationship with Mahomes so crucial? Because every perfect snap is a small redemption for that dark day in Tampa. The interaction with Mahomes wasn't just about one play. It was about solidifying this new era. It was about ensuring that trauma would never be repeated. Mahomes, by correcting Humphrey, was calibrating the heart of his Praetorian Guard. He was ensuring his bodyguards were not just physically dominant, but mentally synchronized with him on an almost telepathic level. That nod on Mahomes was the act of forging the sword and shield that will protect him. Looking to the future, it's these moments that define championships. Not the floodlights, but the silent lessons learned in the heat of a June practice. Creed Humphrey wasn't silenced, he was instructed. He wasn't diminished, he was elevated to the Mahomes standard. The interplay between his youthful ambition and Mahomes' sovereign experience is the perfect microcosm of our team. We have the energy of hungry rookies and the wisdom of generals, all orchestrated by the brilliant mind of Andy Reid. It's this blend that makes us so dangerous. In the end, this story isn't about one mistake. It's about building a legacy. It's about the intricate dance of collaboration that fuels the red and gold machine. It's proof that in Kansas City, the crown is heavy, but you never wear it alone. Creed Humphrey learned that. In Mahomes' kingdom, the king's voice doesn't just command. It teaches, protects, and elevates everyone. Now for the controversial question for the Red Kingdom. Is this culture enough to secure the three-peat, or has the rest of the NFL finally cracked the code? How about those Chiefs?